Hello everyone, welcome back to Excel World. Today in this video, you are going to learn many interesting things that we can do with Excel VBA macro programming. By the end of this video, you will be able to create a wizard like this. Using this, you will be able to zoom and scroll the sheet with ease. So keep watching. We will create this wizard in 7 easy steps. In the first step, we will design the user form or wizard. Once the form is ready, the second step is to enable or activate this form. Third step is the most important one. Here you will decide the right place to write the macro. In the fourth, fifth and sixth step, we will write the macros for each control added in the wizard in the right place as decided in the third step. Final step is to allow the user to exit the wizard successfully. So let us start with the user form design. Launch the Visual Basic Editor from the Developer tab. Insert the user form. Enable the standard toolbar. Enable the toolbox to view the controls. Insert a frame to enclose the zoom scroll bar and the zoom label. Insert a scroll bar horizontally. Insert a label to show the zoom value. Similarly, do it for scrolling the worksheet. Insert a frame. Adjust the user form and controls. Insert a horizontal and vertical scroll bar. Insert a command button to apply the changes and exit the user form. Give a meaningful name for all the controls. We have completed step 1. Next step is to enable the user form using a button. Create a button in the front end to display the user form. To do this, add a button in the worksheet. Click the Developer tab, insert command button. Drag it to draw the button. Name the macro. Click on New. To display the form when the user clicks on the button, use the .show property of the form. Go to the front end and verify that whether the button displays the form. It displays the form, but there are no changes taking place in the worksheet as we have not written any code for it. Close the user form. We have completed step 2. Next important step is to place the right macro at the right place. Macros can be activated by different actions on the user form. For example, it can be activated when the user form is launched or displayed, or when the user form is clicked, or when any of the control in the user form is clicked, and so on. The better place in this example is to place the macros when the user form is launched. Go to the Visual Basic Editor. Right click on the user form. Select View Code option. Select user form from the drop down and change the event to initialize. In the next step, we need to set the properties for the form controls that we have added in the user form. These properties will control the values and settings when the user form is initially launched. Let us begin with the zoom scroll bar. Value of the zoom scroll bar is equal to the active window current zoom value. Define the range of the zoom value. Small change is an incremental value by which the sheet will be zoomed when you click on the arrow button of the scroll bar. Large change is an incremental value by which the sheet will be zoomed when you click inside the scroll bar. This sets the properties for the zoom scroll bar. Current zoom value must be displayed by the zoom label. So to do this, set the zoom label caption value equal to the current active window zoom value. If you go to the front end and see that the zooming is enabled and it actually can be adjusted, but the change doesn't reflect on the sheet. To do this, go back to the Visual Basic Editor. Double click on the zoom scroll bar. A new procedure is created with zoom scroll bar change event handler. Here we will write the code to zoom in, zoom out the sheet according to the scroll bar value. This line zooms the actual window to the value set by the zoom scroll bar button. This updates the label value to the current active window zoom value. Go to the front end, click on the button. You can see that the macro is working. This completes the macro for the scroll bar wizard. As we did for the zoom scroll bar, set the properties for the horizontal scroll bar in the user form initialize event handler. Set the horizontal scroll bar value to the current first column number of the active window. Set the minimum column number that you want to see when you use the scroll bar. The maximum limit can be set by the available data set's highest column number, or you can set your own limit. Use this line of code when you want to set the limit by the available data. Or use this method if you want to set your own custom limit. Small change is an incremental value by which the number of columns will be scrolled when you click on the arrow button. Large change is also an incremental value by which the number of columns will be scrolled when you click inside the scroll bar. We have set the properties of the horizontal scroll bar, but whatever changes applied on the scroll bar has to get reflected on the sheet. For this, we need to add a set of code in the horizontal scroll bar change event. Click on the user form, double click on the horizontal scroll bar. A new procedure is created for the horizontal scroll bar change event. Active window column value is set by the horizontal scroll bar value. Go to the front end and verify this. Click on the button. click on the zoom scroll bar, you can see that zoom is working. Now click on the horizontal scroll bar arrow button. You can see that it increments or scrolls the sheet by one column at a time. This is because we have set 1 as the incremental value for the small change. If you want to scroll by 10 columns at a time, then click inside the horizontal scroll bar. You can see that it moved from column A to column K. This is because we have set 10 as the incremental value for the large change. When you click on the arrow button, it moves by one column at a time. This completes step 5. As we did it for the horizontal scroll bar, in the next step we will set the vertical scroll bar properties in the user form initialize event handler. Set the vertical scroll bar value to the current first row number of the active window. Set the minimum row number that you want to see when you use the scroll bar. The maximum limit can be set by the available dataset's highest row number, or you can set your own limit. Use this line of code when you want to set the limit by the available data, or use this method if you want to set your own custom limit. Small change is an incremental value by which the number of rows will be scrolled when you click on the arrow button. Large change is also an incremental value by which the number of rows will be scrolled when you click inside the scroll bar. We have set the properties of the vertical scroll bar, but whatever changes applied on the scroll bar has to get reflected on the sheet. For this, we need to add a set of code in the vertical scroll bar change event. Click on the user form. Double click on the vertical scroll bar. A new procedure is created for the vertical scroll bar change event. Active window row value is set by the vertical scroll bar value. Go to the front end and verify this. Click on the button. Click on the zoom scroll bar. So it is working. We are able to zoom in and zoom out the worksheet. Click on the horizontal scroll bar. You can see that the macro is working perfectly. Now let us try with the vertical scroll bar. So it is also working perfectly. When you click inside the scroll bar, it should jump by 10 rows. Yes, you can see it is working. We have completed the macro for the zoom wizard and the scroll wizard. This completes the step 6. The last step in this wizard creation is to exit the user form. That is, when all the changes are done according to the user requirement, user form should be closed. We have already placed a button to exit the user form, but currently there are no macros attached to it. We will use this button to close the wizard. So the requirement here is that when the user clicks on this OK button, the wizard must close. To do this, go to the Visual Basic Editor, double click on the OK button to write the macro. You can see that a procedure is created, which is nothing but a click event. That is, when you click the button, the macros will get executed. To exit the user form, write unload me. This command closes the user form. Let us verify this. Click on the button. You are able to zoom and scroll. Now let us verify this OK button. So we have successfully closed the user form by using the OK button. So this completes our wizard creation. There are few minor changes that we need to do. For example, we need to rename this button to a meaningful name. For that, right click on the button and select Edit Text and name it as Zoom and Scroll Wizard. And one more thing you have to do is, when you click on the button, you can see that the zoom label has no percentage symbol attached to it. So let us modify this. Go to the Visual Basic Editor, right click on the user form, select View Code. In this line we have set only the value to the zoom label caption. So append the percentage symbol to it. Let us go back to the front end and verify the wizard. Yes, the percentage symbol is successfully added to the value. Thus, we have created a wizard that can be used to zoom in, zoom out, scroll right and left, scroll to the top and bottom. In this example, we have learned many useful things like how to design a user form, which event to choose to place the macro, how to set the form control properties, and how to take the changes from the form to the sheet. What do you feel about this example? Please put it across the comment section. If you would like to see many such videos on Excel automation, then like it, share it, and finally, don't forget to subscribe to Excel World. Thanks for watching.